following video is recorded for PrivateEquity.com. Today we're going to cover the 3 benefits of the private equity database. First off, we should start with what is the private equity directory. The private equity directory is an Excel-based database which contains the firm name, primary contact names, physical location, AUM, phone number, fax, and email address of over 1,000 private equity funds that control well over $300 billion in assets. Additionally, we've included hundreds of angel investors, venture capital firms, private equity real estate firms, and other relevant private equity investors in our platinum package on PrivateEquity.com. Here you can see the private equity database in its 2012 form. We've updated this and we've reviewed the numbers, we've checked all the emails, we've gone through all the company emails and checked for bounces, and we always ensure quality, so it's really important to us that we have the best quality data. In our most recent package, as I said, we've included a lot more venture capital firms and private equity real estates in separate Excel databases. So you'll have the private equity firm database, which will include buyout funds and those types of standard private equity sponsors, as well as then you'll have additional Excel databases of private equity real estate firms that will just be a collection of about 300 private equity real estate firms with that real estate focus. And then we also have other private equity investors that are pretty relevant to you. So the Platinum package includes a lot more. So what does that mean for you? I guess we should start off with the first benefit, which is fairly obvious, but it's important to understand exactly what you get from the private equity directory. And that's the ability to find new clients, partners, and investors. Whatever your reason for wanting to forge new private equity relationships, this private equity database will help you make new connections. It's much similar to our private equity events and our networking opportunities through our association. It's just another way for you to make new connections with potential clients, partners, investors that you might want to work with. Whatever your reason is, you're going to find some value in this private equity database. Our past private equity database clients have included leading legal and tax firms looking for help expanding their client base in the private equity space. So, whether it's one of the top big 4 tax firms or any of the numbers of legal firms that you might use our database, it's just a way for them to find new private equity partners and new clients for them. And we see this with a lot of boutique firms too that want to look into the local market, or maybe they're focused on middle market, or they're focused on healthcare private equity firms. They can use this database as a way to sort of access that new client base. Other clients of ours who have purchased the database were business executives looking to sell a division of or the entire company to a private equity firm. We see a lot of entrepreneurs looking for our angel investor database, which comes with the private equity platinum package. They're looking for some seed capital to some later stage financing from venture capital firms, and of course private equity buyout firms if they maybe have a division that they want to spin off. And that usually comes in with investment bankers who are usually helping to sort of facilitate those transactions. So they might buy our database so that they can find new private equity clients to work with in their own business, whether it's helping with the transaction services as an investment banker, helping with an IPO, but also if they have any of their own clients at the investment bank that are looking to sell a piece of the company, sell some shares, anything that maybe a private equity firm might be interested in, and they're looking for these large, well-capitalized firms that might have capital to deploy. The private equity directory is the most affordable private equity database in the market, and we go to great lengths to ensure accuracy and quality. So it's really important to us that we have the best product out there at the most affordable price. You see a lot of different private equity databases out there, but we really feel like ours is the most practical and the most reasonably priced. Another important benefit, which would be our second benefit, is access to billions of dollars. Private equity is a massive industry, and it continues to grow. I don't have the numbers on hand, but there's about $1 trillion in undeployed capital for that's termed dry powder that private equity firms have on hand. So there's definitely capital still sitting on the sidelines, as well as the new the funds that have been raised in the last few months have been pretty impressive. So there's a lot of capital to play with, and that's important whether you're a partner. You could be a family office looking for a private equity firm to partner with, any number of LPs looking for private equity firms and information, and then also if you're a business and you're looking for some capital injection or somebody to take over the management. That's obviously an important database product for you. So our private equity database is a great tool that gives you instant access to the contact details of buyout executives and in turn the vast financial resources and capital investments that private equity firms make every day. I guess just the question you should ask yourself is how your business or your investments would change with $1 billion in new firepower. Chances are I think this would be pretty important for your business. And that's what a lot of people come to our private equity events. We just had our New York one. And a lot of people were looking for, a private equity partner, or they were a private equity firm themselves looking to club deal. So there's a lot of different opportunities to work with private equity firms, no matter what your purpose is. And this private equity database is full of established private equity shops with a track record of successful investing in companies and partnering with investors. Another important benefit is just leapfrogging your competition. And by this I just mean that a lot of your competition, whether you're a law firm or you're an IT firm specializing in serving financial firms like private equity firms, a lot of your competition might be cold calling, sitting on this, trying to find different private equity firms through various means that might be a little bit unproductive, at least wasting time if they could just have the contact details for all the private equity firms in the Boston area. You can see how that would give you an advantage. And by buying the private equity directory, you'll have that advantage built in, and this private equity database gives you that. So it's just leapfrogging your competition. Many clients purchase this private equity database to become more efficient at accessing well over $300 billion in assets managed by the contacts within our database. I actually think it's probably higher than that, given how much capital these firms have on hand. But at the low end, at least, $300 billion, which is a pretty impressive total in capital under management. The alternative, if you look at it, whether you're for your firm or for your competitors, is wading through countless websites, SEC filings, you get those Reg D filings, the news articles, spreadsheets, any other way that people try to make do without a database is pretty tough to get by on in a productive and efficient manner. So I guess the thing to ask yourself is, what is your time worth? Is it worth going through all these SEC filings every time a new fund gets created and trying to determine whether that's worth it for your business, or is it better to just have the private equity database? My bet is the small investment in this private equity database will be well worth your time and energy that you save chasing down leads, checking contact information, sifting through information, and we have a risk-free guarantee, so you don't have to worry about checking that contact information. If something bounces, you send it back to us, and we get a 4-time guarantee. So that's pretty powerful for you, and it just kind of clears some of that headache of having an analyst on your team, wasting time going through this. Why not send it to us, where we have a team of researchers that can help you with this. So get a head start with this private equity database. If you're ready to start growing your business with a private equity directory, give us a call at 212-729-5067, or you can send us an email, team@PrivateEquity.com. Finally, you can visit our website, PrivateEquity.com/data, and complete the easy-to-use order form today. Thank you for your time.